evening and welcome to Meticulous Moments. My name is Juanita Kapp. You can reach me at meticulousmacarons@gmail.com or find me on LinkedIn. Since the COVID-19 pandemic hit the globe, I've had the wonderful privilege to meet a wide array of fantastic individuals. These individuals have truly touched my life in so many positive ways. Amongst this group of people, there are authors, public speakers, life coaches, poets, leaders, and visionaries. They are the unsung heroes of our time. Therefore, I decided to start the Meticulous Moments movement out of a sense of my gratitude. It is my way of giving back to the community. Let us share and reshare their stories in an effort to build a better society. This evening we will be having a lovely session with the fantastic Gaby Abdelgadir. She is an award-winning author, certified Jack Canfield Success Principles trainer, certified the Lin Method clutter clearing coach, Feng Shui practitioner, life coach and a motivational speaker. Gaby has been studying personal development and leadership for over 20 years, and she knows what it takes to live with grace, peace, balance, and harmony. Gaby is a multicultural person who appreciates and respects all cultures, traditions, races, religions, and she's very passionate about making a difference in the lives of the people that she touches. She is very much an activist in creating equality, fairness, justice, love, and kindness for all souls on earth. Her latest book is the book on discrimination, real-life stories of struggles and triumphs, and it is available on Amazon, or you can contact her directly. We are going to provide her contact details at the end of this session. Welcome, Gaby. Declutter Queen.
Good evening, Meticulous Moments audience. We are so happy to have you with us. And this evening we have the privilege of spending time with the wonderful and amazing Gaby, the Declutter Queen. Welcome, Gaby.
Thank you so much for having me. It's an honor to be on your show. Thank you.
Thank you. We are very excited to have you and to learn from you this evening. And I want to ask you, please introduce yourself to the audience.
Okay, so my name is Gaby Abdelgadir, and on Facebook I go by Gaby the Declutter Queen because I am a certified clutter clearing coach and I'm a feng shui practitioner. So I combine those two. So that's my name on Facebook. I am a four-time author, an international best-selling author. Yeah. I am a Jack Canfield Success Principles certified trainer. And I guess that's it. And I'm a book addict. I love reading. I love learning. Yeah, I never stop learning. So this is Gaby.
Lovely. We are lovely to know more about you. And those are the aspects of a true leader. Someone that loves reading and someone that loves to develop more and more. I always say to people, you know, when I work with them, when you are a leader, you are committed to lifelong learning. And developing. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely correct. Yeah.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Gaby, kindly tell us more about your role as a certified Canfield Success Principles trainer. And you are also a certified clutter clearing coach, which I find very interesting. Yeah. And I read on your status that clutter blocks abundance. It steals energy, focus, and clarity. Please teach us more about this.
Okay, so thank you for that. Yes, it does. And to start with, the Success Principles trainer is where I help people who have a few things they want to do, but they don't know where to start. So what I do is normally I go through the passion test with them. Oh. So the passion test helps someone to get to the top one out of all what they wanted to do, and they don't know which one to start with. So the passion test would help individuals get to the best one, the top one, to start on that, finish it, and go to the next. So I start with that, and it helps with clarity. as to what their passion is, what they feel their purpose is. So that is one of the things I start with the Success Principles trainer. It's helping them get from where they are to where they want to go, right? So that is that, yeah. So as far as the clutter clearing, it started with feng shui. First, feng shui changed my life. I was having nightmares. Every night I would wake up sweaty, and then a friend of mine, she was out of the city at the time, she told me, why don't you hire a feng shui master? I told her, really? I had already had it in my mind after watching the movie The Secret, but then I decided to hire one. I did, and she came, she went to my home, hallway, kitchen, bathroom, bedrooms, living room. She made me make a lot of changes, get rid of a lot of stuff, from pictures, from everything else, and what to buy and where to place them based on my birthday. And I did that. She said she would come in 2 weeks and she would check if I had put everything in place. So I did everything like quickly, except for one item. I remember I couldn't find it easily, but 1 day or 2 days, I think, before her arrival, I found it. I placed it. When I placed the last item, that was the first night I slept through the night without a nightmare.
Wonderful.
I know that I was sold. The next day, immediately, I searched the lady from The Secret. I found her and I signed up for her advanced feng shui training. It was hard, it's a lot of work. So I did that. I finished the advanced course, and then the clutter clearing coach is by a woman called Denise Lynn, a lady that I followed on Hay House Radio, who's written 18 to 20 books by now. She also loves feng shui, but hers is a spiritual way of clutter clearing, right?
Oh.
And it just popped up in my inbox that same week I finished feng shui. Then I said, like, the universe is telling me something here. I did not hesitate. I signed up. It was not easy. I had to repeat it over and over, the training, and I passed that one. I became certified. Now, when I visit homes here in my town, or I do visual touring, video touring, anybody outside the city or outside the country, I combine, when I teach or when I do the visitations, I combine the feng shui with the spiritual way of clutter clearing, and that's how I teach. Yeah, so feng shui is about rearranging furniture. Also, it's not, and clutter clearing is about when your wardrobes are stuffed, your drawers are stuffed, where you're telling the universe, you're telling that I have enough. I don't need any new stuff, number one. Number two, and then when you accumulate things and you're not using them, you're not needing them, it's a prophecy you're making. You're telling the universe, I may not have enough in the future. That is a negative affirmation, right? So how do you declutter? You declutter a spiritual way, which is I teach. That will be a long one. That's for another session.
Fantastic. This is amazing information. And I'm thinking what is most catching to me is the fact that you do this online as well.
Oh,
so
yeah,
you
visual.
can, in essence, provide this service to the audience. You don't have to be in the same town.
No, I have clients from Europe. I have from the US. So they have to have a good video. They have to show me everything. I want to be able to see the entrance, the floors, the walls, everything. And then, they have to show me everything. And then I need their birth date. Like you, if you wanted to, my services, I need your birth date first, so that I could give you your energy number, and then what your location is, your health location, what to put in that corner, what to put in this area, stuff like that. So it's thank goodness for technology, right?
Yes, amazing. And we are learning. We love spending time with you because you are teaching us so much, so many universal principles. And your life is a testimony that this works because you've done this yourself.
Yeah, trust me. I was thinking about it always. Maybe one day I will learn about this feng shui thing. But when I was desperate and a friend reminded me, why don't you hire a master? That is how it came. When it changed my life, I became 100% believer, and that's when I decided to go for it. Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful. And you said something, you said it was hard. It was difficult to do those courses.
Oh, yeah, it
And that
is.
is a leadership quality. I always tell people that I work with that are leaders or in leadership roles. Leaders don't shy away from hard work. If something looks hard, it's worth pursuing, it's worth completing, it's worth researching. So your life is a testimony of that. You saw what you wanted to do. You knew it was going to be hard, but still you persisted. And today you have the knowledge and experience to help other people live a better life.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah.
That's
So about the focus and clarity, how you know is when you get rid of stuff that you don't need and anything that doesn't serve you, stuff that brings you bad memories, for example, is also negative energy, right? When you get rid of those things, you will see a difference how light, like I have clients who I made sure they get rid of this and that and that. They tell me how light they felt afterwards.
Wow.
It made, you feel light when you get rid of anything negative from your space, right? Yeah.
Yes,
It's
like
not only about
load of your shoulders. Wow.
Yeah, it's not only about clothing only or drawers only. It's a lot of things like anything like that brings sad memory or bad memory. You're holding on to it. Why? Every time you see it, every time you hold it, you feel bad. You just have to bless it, and either bless it first and then give it away, or sell it, or just give it away to somebody, or throw it for all it matters,
Wow. In the ministry, we do something similar. We also like the spiritual side that you do. We clear out the homes of any negative energies. We anoint the house and the individuals that live there, and we do a whole a manifestation of only positivity in the home. Yeah, so I love the fact that you combine the feng shui with the spiritual part. Because I've only operated in the spiritual part in the ministry, but imagine the impact if I learn about the feng shui and I combine it like you do. That's amazing. Thank you, Gaby. Wow.
You're welcome. Yeah, and I include how to use essential oils to cleanse bad energy from your home. Yeah.
Wonderful. Yeah. Wonderful.
Thank you.
We will talk more about this. I love that. Audience, we're going to make Gaby's details available after the session. Reach out to her. Reach out to her. There's a lot we can learn.
Thank you.
Thank you. So you and I talked about your book, Discrimination, the book on discrimination. Please elaborate on this. We are excited to learn more.
Yeah, so this has been in my mind for a long time, right? I have gone through it. I grew up, I am also multicultural. My dad is from this side of the world. My mom is from this side of the world. So I never really, where I grew up, I never really looked typical like everybody else. And I didn't look like my dad, didn't look like my mom. But anyway, so I was teased quite a bit. And it was not nice, and I was not treated very well by the Catholic school that I grew up in. It was all Italian nuns, by the way, my teachers. The beating that I got growing up, and they were afraid of my mom, so they kind of calmed down when I was grade 5, grade 6. But the beating that I got from them, I always felt like they had this discrimination going on. And then in the work, when it was the work time in the workplace, there is always this discrimination I see. And then now that I have my own child, I have my son, he's also gone through it. And he's not only discriminated against by the white kids, but he also gets teased by the black kids. So at one time, he was telling me, I have an identity issue, mom. Like the black kids are teasing me because my hair is like this, and the white kids call me these names, and I don't know where I fit. And I just told them, you know what, like you have to, anybody, where are you from? That's what they ask him. So where are you from? And everybody asks me that now that I'm an adult. Like I tell them, and they're fine with it. But like for him, in school, where are you from? Before even he opens his mouth, they tell him, oh, are you from this? Oh, we had those kind of people, things like that. Anyway, So I'm sick and tired of it. In the workplace, I have seen employees being discriminated against, and I have seen a lot of stuff going on. So it was time. So when I decided to write this book, I had stopped it, publishing it, because COVID came in. And then a friend of mine told me, this is the right time to do it now. I said, really? She goes to me, look what's happening in the planet now and what's happening. And then I decided to do it. So I interviewed kids from grade 6 and above, and they have shared, this is real life stories. I have a police officer who shared his discrimination story. I have a PhD psychologist who shared his experience of discrimination. I have in the workplace, I have, it's all, so this life has to change. People need to change. People need to respect one another for who they are, as long as they're good people. What I tell my son is, I don't care what the kid, your friend is going to be black or white or Latino or Muslim or Jew or Christian or whatever, as long as this kid is a good kid, he has principles in life, he is your friend. That's how I taught my son. So so that is how this book came about. So it has a lot of real life stories, and I share my own stories. When I came to Canada at a job interview, that is very funny. You'll have to read it. I'm not going to mention it. And then my own parents, in their own way, they had this discrimination going on. So for me, coming from these different environments, seeing how this goes, it made me a unique person. That's how I feel. I've learned what to take from my dad and what to take from my mom and what not to take. So this is, Gaby is a unique person, not following 100% what my dad believed and not following 100% what my mom believed. So I am into equality, I am into respect. And then there is the disability also. Disabled people get mistreated. I have seen it with my own eyes happen in the trains. And and then poor kids in school, they get bullied because they don't have a $300 shoes. It comes in so many different forms. That is why I wanted this book to be out, and I wanted to get into school boards to speak in high schools and junior schools.
I love that. I love that. And before the session, we discussed the cover. You explained the cover that we can see on the screen here on your book. And it was lovely to hear. Would you just tell the audience what you told me about the cover? I love that.
Oh, yeah. So my publisher had the top part only. I mean, the designer for my publisher had, because it was a book on discrimination, she had this white guy and black guy and one lady on the corner there sitting. And then I went back to the designer, listen to me here. This is not, discrimination is not only about black and white. So I want every kid, with a picture of every kid, a Jew, a Muslim, young kids, boys, girls. I want every kid, especially kids. Keep it, I told him, keep it on the top, but I need an additional different cultures. And that is exactly, he gave me 3, 4, 5, I think, where finally I chose this one. Yeah.
I love it. I love it. It's so appropriate. And you know, the cover it's already impacting me just seeing the cover, and I haven't even read page 1. So this book is really wonderful. And it's written for a time such as this, Gaby, because we need people to talk about this more often and to really bring knowledge to the fore of what people are facing.
Yeah, it's time. Life has already been tough, right? We need to spread love, not hate. We need to teach our children to be loving and compassionate and caring and respectful to every culture.
Absolutely true.
Yeah.
Absolutely true. Truer words have never been spoken. I love that. And I agree with you 100%.
Thank you so much.
Gaby, it's come to my attention that you have a heart for elevating individuals. We would like to know, where did this passion of yours start?
Okay, elevating others, helping others. I think I have to give my mom number 1 credit for that. She always fought for the week. She always fought if she saw somebody was mistreated, and that's exactly, I followed her suit on that. So I've always been into, even in school, if one kid is alone all the time, I go to them. I am not like with the group that is popular and this and that. I searched who is quiet and why is this girl quiet, you know? And then I find either they have an issue at home, and then I go cry, tell my mom. My mom would take me over the weekend to visit that family. And that is how, so I always have been a great listener. I didn't know that was called coaching, but I always had this gift of listening and then advising. I think it is what I heard over and over my mom talk about, or the books that I read. I was a book addict from, I think, the age of 3, 4. My brother taught me before even letters how to read before I started school. And so I think that is how reading all the time, different kind of books and highlighting and repeating them, you know, and listening to adults. I am also very passionate of sitting with adults, older people, and listening to their wisdom and things like that. So that is how it came. I didn't know it was called coaching up until what, 15 years ago, 20 years ago?
Yes.
Yeah.
So the leadership of your mother instilled this passion in your heart, and you've been a leader since you were a young child. You were
I followed.
Leadership role. Wow.
Yeah, but we didn't know it was leadership. Like my mom was, do not let anybody abuse you, do not let anybody mistreat you. And if you see anybody getting mistreated, defend them, stand up for them, and stuff like that, right? So it grew up with me, and even in the workplaces, if I see an employee is being mistreated, I would watch, but I wouldn't talk at the time, but I would go to the person who is not being nice to their office, and I would close the door, and I would just tell them that was very inappropriate to treat a person like that. And I'm always like that. I don't just watch and keep quiet. That is not leadership. If you see something wrong and you keep quiet, you're not a good leader, in my opinion.
I agree. I agree. These principles, we should practice these principles in our leadership, because being quiet is also taking action.
That means you're okay with if you, that means something, you're okay. You're okay with whatever you just witnessed. That is not leadership. But you don't do it in public. You don't embarrass anybody in public. I'm very into go to the person or call them or ask them to go down for coffee and then talk to them that this is inappropriate. You treated that person like this. You need to go and apologize to them and stuff like that. So
I agree with you. Leaders stand up for what is right.
Yeah, exactly.
We're called to do that. It's part of our leadership role.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Fantastic answer. What was the most significant moment in your leadership journey thus far? If you can think back about that one defining moment where you just knew.
Okay. It is at a job that I was. It was not a very nice environment. And I started to talk to the regional director, like the top guy, and about how communication needed to improve. And he wouldn't listen. He would not listen. 3 sentences in a row. Then you know what I told him? Okay, take. You have my resignation. If you're not willing to listen, I'm sorry, this is not Gaby, the manager, speaking. This is Gaby, the leader, speaking. Leaders are supposed to listen, whether they take your advice or not. My leadership shows up like that. I have done so many things. Sometimes my friends call me I'm crazy, but so I did submit my resignation and gave that person the shock of their life, and that is it. And then I wrote a nice email to the owner, the president of the company, and I said, what is missing in this place is communication, respect, and then lack of leadership, because leaders are supposed to know what their employees are going through, where they need help, where they need training, where they need support. And that is all missing. So you need to do something about it.
Yes.
Yeah, I was
Wonderful.
so happy. I know I was so happy, Jay. Yeah, and then I quit the job. Yeah, and then I quit, but I did send a nice advice to the
Yes.
owner, and then so that is
And your action of speaking up is what they needed.
Yeah.
Although you didn't go back, your leadership journey went another way, but that action that you took to make known where they were falling short, that is very important. You left them with that information that maybe they would have never had if you hadn't taken action and talked about it.
Exactly. And then whether they take action based on it will make them think twice, because people were not sticking at the job. So there has to be a reason when someone is not sticking at a job. There has to be a reason why, right? You need to question, why are employees leaving so quickly? Something is not right, right? That is exactly what I wrote. I said, you need to ask, why are employees not sticking at this job?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wrote it in the email. Yeah.
Good. And I'm sure you saved a lot of people's jobs there, because I'm sure they took action, because no owner of a company wants the company to be unhealthy. It's just that sometimes they're so involved with the tasks and the goals and the projects that they forget about the people. And you kind of took their focus and placed it on the people and showed them how unhappy all the other employees were as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So hopefully, they take action, they do something, they bring a leader to train them on how to communicate and how to treat employees and things like that. I hope they do that. So, yeah.
I hope so too. I hope so too.
Yeah.
In your opinion, do leaders grow through experience or do they grow through knowledge?
I think they need both, Jay, because a leader also needs a coach. Every leader needs a mentor that has done what he's doing or what she's doing much longer. And they have proven themselves. So I think they need mentors. Every leader needs a mentor, and they need the knowledge, and then they need the experience. When you combine those three, actually, mentorship, knowledge, and then experience, you become unstoppable.
Absolutely. Absolutely true. I saw a post of Daniel Gomez the other day, and it said, never trust a coach that doesn't have a coach.
Is that what he said?
He said that in a post, and it caught my eye, and I thought, yes, we need someone to instruct us, because you've taught us we have to learn and develop for our lifetime. Exactly. So I agree with you. Leaders need mentors or other coaches to impart. And the second thing that you said that is very important is they have to have mentors and coaches that have been in the industry and in that role for longer than they have been.
Yeah. And then they have proven to be excellent, like really good, right? They have a good reputation. They have good followers. They have proven themselves. Yeah. They have to be that. So everybody needs that. And then the non-stop learning, the non-stop attending seminars and workshops and reading leadership and personal growth books non-stop, right? And then with the experience, you become the best you will be. Yeah.
I agree. They have to have a combination. We have to have a combination of that.
All of us, absolutely.
Yeah, because that experience is the practical application of the knowledge that we have.
Yeah.
We have to know how to take that knowledge and transfer it to other people.
Exactly. Yeah. Especially the younger generation now, God knows they need people like us big time.
Oh, yes. Big time. I agree with you. Yeah. Tell me, how should leaders bounce back from disappointments? So if they had a project or they were at the head of a team and they failed at something or they didn't reach their target, how can they bounce back from that disappointment?
Okay, number one, I was thinking about a project. Like, let's say they have a big project they're working on. How they fail is if they're not following up with everybody in their team. They should be checking on their team, if not on a daily basis, like on every other day, they check on them on one-on-one basis. How are you doing? Where do you need help?
Yeah.
Do you need anybody from the team that can help you? They have to go and check. If it is a big project, they have to do that. Anyway, in my personal opinion, a good leader should check on the employees at least once a week.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love that.
At least once a week. Yeah. They go around, they say, how are you? How is the family? How is work? Do you need any help in any area? And things like that. So if something fails, it's okay. The next project, if that is how a leader works, trust me, it won't fail. But if a leader doesn't care, he just hands over a project and doesn't check, he goes about his life. If it fails, then he has nothing, he has nobody but himself to blame. But then he needs to sit down and say, why did this project fail? And he needs to call in a meeting with the whole team and be open-minded to listen to everybody's opinion, where they went wrong, where they found hardship, where things went difficult for them, where they didn't get support. He has to be open-minded and take all that into, take notes and then take action on those things so it doesn't happen again, right?
I agree. And that speaks to me of relationship building.
Exactly.
Building that relationship with your team, like you said, on a daily basis. You know who they are. You know what they're going through. You can meet them at that level of leadership that they are at.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. And that is what real leadership is for me. Yeah.
I agree. And also, the next question is, how important is me time for a leader?
Oh, that is something that it took me a long time to get to know, to get to learn, like I was always that person, go, and then I could be cooking and I could be thinking about what I have to do tomorrow. That was crazy, and then I think for me, the two books that changed me were The Power of Now and The New Earth by Eckhart Tolle. And then the Four Agreements by the Four Agreements. These books, when I read them, they changed me as a person, as Gaby, the go all the time. So now I learn, if I'm cooking, I focus on my cooking. I enjoy my cooking. If I'm reading, I focus on what I'm reading. If I am walking, I just walk and enjoy nature instead of my mind thinking about 105 things. So it's extremely important for leaders to find time for themselves. Meditation, I am huge into meditation. So I do that minimum twice a day. So I do a shorter one in the morning, but an extended one at night. That has helped me stay calm, and then, with all this insanity that's going on in the planet, honestly, it's especially the last couple of years, it has helped me stabilize myself and then be calm and collected. And I think it's extremely important, even if they have to do 10 minutes, close the door, 10 minutes.
Yes.
Deep breathing, shut your cell phone off, just deep breathing, and then focus on your breathing just for 10 minutes. Or if you could walk, go outside and go for a walk and come back. 10 minutes will do. Normally, every company, for example, has an hour lunch. So use that 1 hour lunch, do something about it. Either listen to something inspirational for 20 minutes, 15 minutes, do guided meditation for 10 minutes or something like that. It's extremely, extremely important. Otherwise, people go crazy because they don't have that me time.
Yes. We are built to have to take that mental break, to switch off from the chaos and to focus on ourselves. I agree with you. And I was thinking, as you were speaking about, me time doesn't have to be something extravagant every day. If you can't go for a walk or the weather doesn't allow it, you can do the meditation that you've spoken about.
Yeah.
You can close your door and do that meditation. I'm a big fan of breathing and meditation because it really centers me for my day.
Yes.
Especially if I wake up, maybe I didn't get enough sleep and I feel lethargic, immediately I go into that breathing. And I can already feel how my body is going into that relaxing mode and I'm more open. And after the breathing, I like to listen to meditation or music that I like. And it's almost like, if I can describe how I experience it, it's almost like taking a power nap.
Yeah.
When I come out of that meditation, I feel refreshed and I'm ready for the day.
For the next project.
Yeah. So to the audience, listen to what Gaby is saying. It doesn't have to be, you can go on me time and do something amazing, but for your day-to-day needs, for that mental health of yours, do close your door like Gaby does, do the meditation, do the breathing, and make sure you show up for your day, but in a relaxed manner. Because I see with the counseling I do, Gaby, people are suffering from severe stress and anxiety these days. It's really a problem. Yeah,
it is absolutely. And then the thing is, like, when you have those 10 15 minutes, if you are in your office or working, just make sure you journal like a few things that you're grateful for. Like somebody gave you a compliment. Write it down. I'm so happy and grateful for Jay giving me this beautiful compliment today. A nice cup of coffee, right? I'm so grateful for my coffee. Just the smallest things, like just write 5 of them. And then at the end of the day, if you have more, just add to that list. Just add gratitude. It completely changes your energy when you're grateful for the smallest. Start with the smallest things. Because there are millions of people who don't have the smallest things that we take for granted, right? So just, so gratitude. Yeah.
That's a wonderful, wonderful practice. And I love that because Meticulous Moments is about #leadership and #gratitude. Thank you for that.
You're welcome. Thank you. Yeah, I love it. I love the name.
Yeah. Like a true leader.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Gaby, which attributes should a good leader possess?
Okay, number 1, a leader has to be knowledgeable, patient. Patience is huge.
Yes.
A leader has to be a great listener. A great listener, because if you don't listen, then you don't know what's going on around. You don't know what the person in front of you, how the person in front of you needs help. So for me, it is never stop learning, always knowledge, add knowledge, and then be a great listener. Have compassion towards people, and have integrity. Yeah, be honest and have integrity. For me, those are very important points as a leader.
Absolutely true. Absolutely true. And leaders that display those attributes, they live those attributes.
Yeah.
They have compassion naturally, not just at work, but for other people. I always tell people, you have to be the same at church. You have to be the same in the shop. You have to be the same person at home. There's no 3 or 4 versions of you. You have to be the same person at work. You must be who you are, wherever you are. Yeah.
Exactly. Yes. So that is what the attributes they should have. Yeah, thank you. Absolutely. That was a great question. Thank you.
Pleasure. What's the difference between a good leader and a boss?
Okay, so a boss is the type that gives orders and goes to his office and sits down, right? Doesn't care how this person is going to do it. Like, I see a lot of kids working, always complaining. And a boss like gives orders, do this and do that, and I need it by this time. He goes to his office, close the door, probably is having a phone call with his girlfriend or something. And a leader is someone who explains what he needs, and then he makes sure the person actually understood, and he asks questions, asks questions and asks if they need help, if they understood it very well, and asks how long do you think it will take you, instead of just giving an order. So a leader is different. A leader is someone who actually works with the team, be part of the team, guides the team, asks great questions, and supports the team. So those are the difference. So boss gives orders and goes and sits down in his office. So that's, I think, in my opinion,
I love that. I love that. So bosses are not engaged with the team. They literally just give, the instruction, and there they go.
Yeah.
Where a leader is a part of that process.
Yeah.
And in that process, there is a bonding that takes place in that team, and everybody in the team gets the chance to develop. I think a boss steals the chance for the employees to develop. They don't, he just gives the instruction and there he goes. A leader is someone who invests in people, is a part of that process, and really cares about the outcome of that goal or that job that they have.
Yeah, exactly. Like you have two CEOs, for example, like CEOs, and then one CEO is the type who only says hi to the senior management. He walks through the hallways, doesn't say hi to anybody else, doesn't care if that person is sick or dying, or he just lost a family member, doesn't care. And then you have the other type of CEO, which is a great leader. He cares about everybody. While walking from one place to another, he says hello, how are you to everybody, knows what everybody is going through, wants to know if any of his team needs help in any way, whether it's personal or, career-wise. So this is the difference between being a CEO, a boss, and being a CEO and a leader.
Yeah. Well said. Well said. And it brings us to our next question, the third last question.
Okay.
How important is the role of female leaders in society?
Oh my God. My favorite question. See, like women never used to be given like it. So what, 100 years ago? And they never were given the opportunity. But now there are more female CEOs and senior vice presidents and presidents and senior management than there are male. And trust me, they are doing an incredible job. So I am very proud for every female who has made it to the top and is being a role model to the younger females. So this time is different, and I'm so happy to see this taking place before I die. Honestly, like it's absolutely beautiful. Yeah,
absolutely. I agree with you, Gaby. So to the female leaders in the audience, you go girls. We are very proud of you.
Very proud of you, ladies. Go kill it and be role models for the younger generation, the younger females. Yeah.
I love that. I love that. I have to clap to that. I love that.
Yeah.
So, Gaby, what's next for you?
Next for me is I'm working on a project right now. It should come like, what are we now? August, September, maybe I'm guessing in October. Yeah. It's going to be, let it be a surprise. And then I am also working for an online course right now. I am hoping by end of this month it should be out, and it's going to be an extended version of clutter clearing, home, office, mind, relationships, time. You hear a lot of people is, I don't have time. No, you do have time. It's just knowing how to organize your day. And and how to get your focus back, your clarity back by doing. So going to be an extended course I'm working on. So hopefully by end of this month, it should be ready and out.
Wow, we look forward to that. We look forward to the launch of that. I'm going to keep an eye on your social media platforms, and I want to ask the audience to do the same.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. It's been so wonderful to spend time with you. I can't even imagine that we are already at the last question. Okay. The time just flew by.
Yeah, I know. It does. It does. When you're having fun, always time flies by so quick, right?
True. Yeah. So the final question is, do you have any words of wisdom for the audience? Anything that's pressing on your heart that you would like to share with them? Okay, so my
My personal wisdom would be never stop learning, read good books, be kind and compassionate towards people. Don't judge before you know somebody. Do not discriminate. And if you see anybody being mistreated or discriminated or kids being bullied, stand up for them. Be a leader. Don't be a follower. And spread love everywhere you go. That would be my.
Beautiful, beautiful, amazing words of wisdom from an exceptional leader. This has been such a wonderful session.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. It has been a pleasure. And I can't wait to have you on my podcast.
Yay! I look forward to that. I thank you so much. It's going to be amazing. Thank you very much, Gaby.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Meticulous Moments audience, thank you so much for joining us for another lovely session. We will be sharing Gaby's contact details at the end of this video. Please be sure to reach out to her, connect with her, network with her, purchase her book, look for the courses that are coming out, and let's just cheer her on her leadership journey. Until next time, good night.